KFC's secret recipe is so protected that it's locked in a vault. How did this guarded blend help Colonel Sanders turn his fried chicken into a global sensation? Let's dive into the story behind KFC's rise to legacy. The story of KFC is closely tied to the life of its founder, Colonel Harlan Sanders, a man whose journey from humble beginnings to global fame is as remarkable as the chicken he made famous. Yes, Colonel Sanders was very real. His determination and secret recipe turned KFC into a worldwide success. Born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana, Sanders had a hard childhood and left school early to help support his family. He tried many jobs like farming, law, and selling insurance, but faced many failures. By his 40s, none of these efforts had brought him success. In 1930, Sanders opened a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky, where he began serving fried chicken to travelers. He used his own kitchen tools to serve the chicken in the station's dining area because there wasn't a proper restaurant set up. His chicken became so popular that by 1936, he was given the title of Kentucky Colonel for his contributions to local cooking. But in 1956, a new highway took traffic away from his restaurant, and he had to sell the business at a loss. At 65 years old, with just a social security check and his secret chicken recipe, Sanders set out to expand his business. He drove across the country sharing his recipe with restaurant owners, often cooking on site to show its quality. His hard work paid off, and in 1952, the first KFC franchise opened in Salt Lake City, leading to hundreds of franchises across the U.S. by the early 1960s. The Colonel's hard work led to the creation of The secret mix of 11 herbs and spices is now one of the world's most closely guarded cooking secrets. The blend is so secret that only a few KFC leaders know the full recipe, and it is kept in a vault with a motion detection security system. This recipe has been crucial to KFC's success, keeping the flavor the same across its 24,000 locations in 145 countries for over 50 years. Even after selling KFC in 1964 for $2 million, Colonel Sanders remained the brand's famous face, continuing as its spokesperson and appearing in commercials until he died in 1980. His image was key to KFC's identity, keeping his connection with the brand strong. KFC gets its chicken from a worldwide network of farms and suppliers that are chosen carefully based on their ability to meet strict standards for animal care, food safety, and environmental responsibility. These suppliers are located in various regions including the United States, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and other key markets. Did you know that KFC is the second largest buyer of chicken in the world, only behind McDonald's? The company is committed to making sure the chickens are raised in environments that focus on their well-being, giving them plenty of space, access to clean water, and a healthy diet without added hormones or steroids. KFC works closely with its suppliers to make sure chickens are raised with good care and humane treatment. The company aims to have 100% cage-free chickens worldwide by 2026, and as of 2024, about 25% of chickens in the US, UK, and Canada are cage-free. The farms that supply KFC must provide better environments for the chickens, like access to natural light, perches, and things to peck at, which help reduce stress and allow natural behaviors. Once the chickens are fully grown, they are taken to special processing plants where they go through several inspections to make sure they meet KFC's quality standards. KFC's process includes more than 50 checks from farm to restaurant. These plants are regularly checked by KFC and outside groups to make sure they follow food safety and animal welfare rules. When the chickens arrive at the processing plants, they go through detailed inspections by trained professionals who check for any signs of illness or defects. The chickens that pass these checks are then thoroughly cleaned. Cleaning is important to remove any contaminants and prepare the chicken for the next steps. The plants follow strict hygiene rules during this process, making sure all equipment and surfaces are sanitized to prevent cross-contamination. After the chickens are cleaned, they are cut into specific parts like breasts, thighs, wings, and drumsticks. This cutting is done with advanced equipment that ensures each piece meets KFC's exact size and weight standards. Consistency is important to make sure customers get the same quality and portion size no matter where they buy their KFC meal. Once the chicken is cut, it is chilled to keep it fresh. KFC often highlights that in many places the chicken is never frozen, which helps keep its natural texture and flavor. Chilling also stops bacterial growth, keeping the meat safe during transportation. The chilled chicken is then packed and sent to KFC restaurants. This process is carefully managed to make sure the chicken stays at the right temperature until it arrives at its final destination. Throughout the processing phase, regular checks are done by both KFC and outside organizations. These checks cover different parts of the process, including animal care, food safety, and meeting local and international rules. KFC's processing plants use modern technology to monitor and control the quality of the chicken at every stage, from the first inspection to the final packaging. The processing of KFC chicken is a tightly controlled process that includes detailed inspections, careful cutting, and precise chilling to keep the chicken safe and high quality. Regular checks and strict standards make sure KFC's chicken meets customer expectations. When the chicken arrives at a KFC restaurant, it goes through a careful final preparation process that ensures the famous taste and texture KFC is known for. Here's a closer look at how the chicken is turned from raw cuts into the crispy, flavorful pieces served to customers. Once the chicken arrives at the restaurant, the kitchen staff first inspects it to make sure it meets KFC's quality standards. This step is important to keep the food consistent across all locations. The chicken is then stored in a refrigerated area to keep it fresh until it's ready to be cooked. The breading process is where the magic starts. The chicken is coated in a special flour mixture that includes KFC's famous blend of 11 herbs and spices. Fun fact: Colonel Sanders' original handwritten recipe is still kept in a safe at KFC's headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky, split into 2 parts and stored separately to keep it secret. During the breading process, the chicken is dipped into cold water and then into seasoned flour. The cold water helps the flour stick better to the chicken, ensuring an even coating. The chicken is then hand-breaded using a method called the 7-fold technique, where it is lifted and folded in the flour 7 times to make sure every piece is fully coated. After the breading, the chicken is cooked using a method called pressure frying. This technique was created by Colonel Sanders in the 1940s and is key to getting KFC's crispy outside while keeping the meat inside juicy and tender. Unlike regular frying, pressure frying uses high pressure to cook the chicken faster and at a lower oil temperature, which helps keep the moisture and flavor. Pressure frying allows KFC chicken to cook in about 15 minutes, compared to nearly 30 minutes with traditional frying methods. In this process, the breaded chicken is placed in a pressure fryer where it is cooked under high pressure. This method not only speeds up cooking but also ensures the chicken is cooked evenly with the juices sealed inside. The result is chicken that is crispy on the outside and moist and flavorful on the inside. Throughout the cooking process, KFC chefs keep a close watch to ensure the chicken is cooked perfectly. They carefully monitor the cooking time and temperature because any changes can affect the texture and flavor. After frying, the chicken is quickly drained of excess oil before being served or placed in the iconic KFC bucket. Once cooked, the chicken is kept warm under heat lamps until it is served. KFC ensures the chicken is served as fresh as possible, usually within a short time after cooking to keep its crispy texture and juicy inside. This final step is key to delivering the finger-licking good experience that KFC promises. The mix of the secret spice blend, precise breading technique, and special pressure frying method is what makes KFC chicken loved worldwide, ensuring each bite is always delicious. KFC is dedicated to reducing its environmental impact and ensuring ethical sourcing in all its operations. The company focuses on saving water, managing waste, and lowering carbon emissions by improving water use, recycling, and using energy-efficient technologies. KFC's parent company, Yum Brands, has promised to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 46% by 2030 across its entire supply chain. KFC is also working to reduce antibiotic use in its chicken supply. To keep high standards, KFC regularly checks its suppliers and stays transparent, pushing for greater responsibility across its global supply chain. Even with regional challenges, these efforts show KFC's commitment to responsible sourcing and meeting consumer expectations for sustainability. What do you think makes KFC's chicken so tasty? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on more stories.